Welcome back, Truth Seeker. September 11th, 2019. In the headlines today, the death of T. Boone Pickens, the oil man. And of course, September 11th was a multifaceted agenda, which did have much to do with oil. And I want you to see that it's no accident that this man has died on this date, this infamous date, September 11th. Notice T. Boone Pickens sums to 68. And if you're new here, I've written a book about September 11th and many other things. And the ritual of September 11th is centered around the number 68. In 1968, that's when 911 was made the National Emergency Dialing Code. In 1968, that's when World Trade Center construction began. In 1968, that's when George W. Bush graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones. It's also the year 2001, A Space Odyssey came out. It's also the year the New York Jets went on to win their only Super Bowl that season. And don't forget the whole Patriot thing, the Patriot Act, the Patriots. That all began with Drew Bledsoe getting sacked by a New York Jet. Again, read my book. Every year from Bush's birthday to September 11th is a span of 68 days. You know, in the headlines this year, they have 68-year-old Ayman al-Zawahiri, one of the 9/11 planners, no doubt a CIA asset, CIA 68. Don't forget that George H.W. Bush was the head of the CIA. He gave that speech September 11th, 1990 about a new world order, a world freer of terrorism, before his son was president, 11 years before the big event. On the 11th day in the 11th state, New York, where the giant World Trade Centers look like huge 11s. So anyway, 68, very special number, comes up again and again and again. And even today, just to make a point before we go back to the death of T. Boone Pickens, because there's a whole lot more to it. This is the New York Times story today about September 11th. She fled the 68th floor, And we've been explaining the significance of 68 and terror. The word terror equals 68. And why the plan went into motion for 9/11 in 68, 33 years before 2001. We've been explaining it year after year. And like clockwork, they give us new information every single year to further cement the point of what they're doing with these rituals by the numbers. Back to T. Boone Pickens. The name Pickens has a gematria value of 77 as well. September 11th equals 77. World Trade Center equals 77. Never forget Flight 77, which hit the 77-foot tall Pentagon, which is located on the 77th meridian west. 77 minutes after taking off. The plane took off at 8:20 and it crashed at 9:37, 77 minutes later. Took off at 8:20, crashed at 9:37. That's Flight 77 into the 77-foot tall Pentagon on the 77th meridian, 77 minutes after taking off. September 11th, World Trade Center, they're both 77. Special number. United States, Secret Society, Power, they're all 77. Now, from T. Boone Pickens' birthday, May 22nd, which is interesting, that's the 142nd day of the year. They said the 9/11 attack lasted an hour and 42 minutes, 142. From his birthday to his death is 112 days later. If you run the word Pickens in the reverse alphabetic order, it's 112. And again, this is why you want to know the ciphers. The alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. Because these rituals can be seen in their totality when you use all methods. So dead 112 days after his birthday. Also dead on a date with 32 numerology. Pickens is 32 like America. Like how the Jesuits and the Scottish Rite share the motto at the 32nd degree, and like how the Jesuits operate in 112 nations. Keep in mind Oklahoma State this year in football, because that's the school that you donate a lot of money to. See if they get a little boost from this. So We'll leave it there. Till next time, Truth Seeker.